Yo, what is up, guys? It is Nick, or the Notorious Fantasy, back again today with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be recapping every single AFC wildcard game, all 4 games that went down on Saturday and on Sunday. Now, we're going to begin this video actually with the second game on Saturday, the Tennessee Titans up against the New England Patriots, because I want to speak on one thing, and that is the title of this video. The video is titled something like, is the Patriots Dynasty over, or the Patriots Dynasty is dead? And if I'm being completely honest with you guys, obviously you've been fucking clickbaited. The Patriots Dynasty is not completely over. Now, obviously, it's not over yet, but it could be over very, very soon. And that depends on a couple of things for me. If Bill Belichick somehow just wanders on home, it's done. If Josh McDaniels leaves, I'd be very worried about it. If Tom Brady leaves, the dynasty is also over as well. Tom Brady this year had too many bad pieces on this offense in order to fix his faults. He went 12-4 this year, which is obviously a pretty good record, right? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Very good. 12, the only fucking 4 losses in 16 games is very good. Obviously, I had to count because I was just making sure they didn't count the fucking playoff loss. But he obviously played pretty okay this season. That is a good record. But you know what happened? At the beginning of the season, they had a very stacked schedule, which meant actually a stacked in their favor. It was a very easy schedule. And then coming later into the season, you saw them slowly start to decline. The defense not playing as strong. And if Tom Brady was not on his A game, it would have been impossible for them to win this game, and that is what happened. Tom Brady played actually pretty okay in this game, but the running backs, the wide receivers just were not playing up to par. And if the Patriots want to not be a dead dynasty, a dynasty that we've watched for years, we watched Tom Brady skull fuck the NFL for years, and now his time is finally over in Foxborough. Next year, I hope he signs with yet another team, and we'll see if Tom Brady, TB12, can actually do it on his own without Bill Belichick. So for right now, I would say the dynasty is still alive, but given couple of these guys leaves, I believe that the dynasty will have fallen at the hands of the Miami Dolphins and the Tennessee Titans. Really, actually, the Tennessee Titans, because they gave them the fucking dagger straight into their heart on Saturday night. So to break down this game, it was really just the Derrick Henry show. Ryan Tannehill, 8 for 15 for 72 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Not the greatest stats, but the stats don't really matter as long as when you're trying to win a fucking football game. Obviously, the stats do matter, but at the end of the day, when you're looking back, the score is 20-13. The Tennessee Titans won with just 72 yards thrown from Tannehill. He made the passes when he needed to make them. Derrick Henry, 34 carries for 182 yards and 1 touchdown. Mr. TB12, 20 of 37 for 209 yards, 0 tutties, and 1 INT, resulting in a pick 6. He ended the season just like Jameis Winston, throwing the ball and the other guy running straight into the end zone. I don't know about you guys, but I creamed inside of my pants when I saw that guy intercept the ball. I cannot stand the Patriots. I am so happy that their demise may have came now, but if I'm being honest with you, if Tom Brady signs another deal where it is very friendly for the team, he is able to save the team a lot of money, which he's saying he may not do, would be very, honestly, it would be very annoying, but I wouldn't be surprised if they made the fucking playoffs again next year. If Tom Brady, McDaniels, and the whole squad is back together next year, they obviously need Gronk, obviously, to come back, because Benjamin Watson is just not enough for that team. So the Tennessee passing game, they really did not do shit. Fucking Derrick Henry with 1 catch for 22 yards, AJ Brown 1 for 4, Deion Lewis 1 for 8, a bunch of no-name guys really did nothing because they were just throwing the ball so little. They just ran, and the New England defense just could not stop them. That was not the defense we saw earlier in the year. This defense just did not look all that good in this game. Sony Michel, 14 carries for 61 yards, James White 1 for 14. Julian Edelman, 2 carries, 12 yards, and a touchdown. The running back, or the receiving game, 5 for 62 for James White. Julian Edelman, 3 for 30. N'Keal Harry, 2 for 21. So nothing really out of any of those receivers over there in New England. While at the end of the day, the result really did surprise me of this game because I was sure that the Patriots would just do the Patriots thing, but Vrabel went straight and channeled his inner Bill Belichick and did what Bill Belichick does best and just breaks through the rules, but it's like abiding by the rules. He fucking just straight up dripped 2 minutes of the clock off with 5 minutes left in the game. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Bill Belichick said it was fucking bullshit. He was pissed off, but he did it to Adam Gase. So big fuck you to Tom Brady, Bill Belichick. Shout out to the Tennessee Titans for winning this game and winning it big for everyone, for all the fans of the NFL, besides you in Boston. Next game here, we got the Bills at the Houston Texans. 22 Houston, 19 Buffalo Bills. Now, this game honestly told two completely different tales in this game. The beginning of the game was a straight slaughter at the hand of the Buffalo Bills. 7 points in the first half for Buffalo, 0 for Houston. 6 points in the second quarter, 0 for Houston. And then the second half of the football game, the team decided to actually play fucking football. Buffalo only scored 3 points, Houston scored 8. Buffalo only scored 3 points in the fourth quarter, Houston scored 11. And then in overtime, the Houston Texans ended up winning the game. Josh Allen was playing hot at the beginning of the game, 24 of 46 for 264 yards, 0 tutties, 0 interceptions. John Brown threw a touchdown to Josh Allen. His touchdown came in the receiving game. Josh Allen 9 for 92 in the rushing game. Devin Singletary 13 for 58. Old man Frank Gore 8 for 22 in the passing game. Devin Singletary got a lot of work there too, 6 for 76. John Brown 4 for 50, and Josh Allen 1 for 16 and a touchdown in the receiving game. So this game really, like I said, was two completely different stories. The beginning of the game, it seemed like Josh Allen was giving it in to the Houston Texans. The Texans defense couldn't stop shit, and then they kept talking about J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt gets like 1 sack, and then magically that revitalized or revived the fucking team. And then in the second half, they were just pounding on Josh Allen. The play of the game was obviously when, in overtime, the Bills run all at him. Fucking Deshaun Watson makes some type of whoop-de-wop out of 2 guys, throws the ball. They end up winning the game slightly later in after that. It was just a beautiful play from Deshaun Watson, who went 20 of 25 for 247 yards, 1 touchdown, and 0 INTs for Houston. The rushing game, Deshaun Watson 14 for 55 and 1 touchdown. Carlos Hyde 16 for 48, 0 touchdowns. Duke Johnson 3 for 38. So let me just tell you something here. If you guys are Houston fans, I'd like to actually leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think about this. Now, Carlos Hyde carried the ball 16 times for 48 yards. Duke Johnson carried the ball 3 times for 38 yards. How the fuck does it make sense not to give Duke Johnson more touches? Clearly, he's the better back than Carlos Hyde. He was 10 yards away from passing Carlos Hyde and got 13 less carries. Tell me how that shit adds up. Give Duke Johnson the ball more if you want to see some success. If I'm being completely honest with you, Tennessee and Houston, I think their fish are fried for next week. I believe neither of these teams could beat the competitors for the next week. The Houston Texans, I believe, are playing up against the Baltimore Ravens, and I believe that the other team is playing up against the Tennessee Titans are playing the Ravens. The Houston Texans get the Chiefs, and I just don't think either of those teams are going to be able to do anything. I believe it is going to be the Baltimore Ravens versus the Kansas City Chiefs now in the AFC conference game since Tom Brady and the Patriots got eliminated. Now for the passing game, DeAndre Hopkins 6 for 90 really was clamped down in the first half. It seemed like DeAndre Hopkins wasn't going to do anything, and then later in the game, he just kept getting fed the ball repeatedly, and then eventually did something. Kenny Stills was getting fed in this game, 4 for 46. Darren Fells 4 for 37, and a costly drop later in the game. Carlos Hyde 1 for 5 and 1 touchdown. Now, if you guys have enjoyed the video thus far, please make sure to click that subscribe button down below. Now onto the NFC portion of this video. The first game here was the Minnesota Vikings up against the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans. Minnesota 26, New Orleans 20. Now, this was a game that I really did not see this outcome coming at all. I thought that the Saints would easily manhandle Kirk Cousins, and Kirk Cousins was not going to be able to yell, "You like that?" just like he did in the locker room after the game. Now, the Saints just got bent over and fucked repeatedly. At the end of the game, I'm not sure, guys. Maybe that was a fucking bit of a pass interference on the defense or on the offense by Kyle Rudolph, kind of pushing off there. I don't know if you can call that or not. I'm surprised they just didn't look at it, though. At the end of that Bills game, you really saw that. I'm sorry to go back, but at the end of that Bills game, from the second half, when the second half begun, and that Bills guy got the ball, right? He goes to hand it to the fucking, not the Bills guy, the Texans guy, I'm so sorry, guys, gets the ball, and he just hands it to the ref. You can't fucking do that. He didn't take it. He didn't do that shit. The Bills got fucked over right there. I know they're saying, oh, he gave up himself, but the rules are the fucking rules. And by the rule book, his ass, that should have been a touchdown for the Buffalo Bills. So back to this game. Minnesota ends up taking the W in this game. All right. Kirk Cousins made plays when he needed to. 19 for 31, 242 yards, and 1 touchdown. Drew Brees looked pretty good. 26 of 33, 1 touchdown, and 1 INT for 208 yards. Taysom Hill with a certified dime, 1 of 1 for 50 yards. Now, in this game, it was really just the case of the Minnesota Vikings. It seemed like wanted it more. I don't know what the fuck was happening because Michael Thomas had 7 receptions for 70 yards, but in the first half of the game, it seemed like he was fucking invisible. He was just sitting in the corner doing nothing. You just did not see him. And even when it came up to be these big plays at the end of the game, the ball was not going Michael Thomas's way. And to me, that is just piss poor coaching by Sean Payton. I think the Saints should have easily won this game, but obviously the Vikings move on and advance to get a game next week up against the San Francisco 49ers. Now, Dalvin Cook makes his return in this game, runs very strong, 28 for 94 yards and 2 tutties. A great game out of Dalvin Cook. Taysom Hill, 4 for 50. Alvin Kamara, 7 for 21 and a tutty for the New Orleans Saints. Now, obviously, guys, I know you might be thinking, Nick, remember when you told me Adam Thielen wasn't going to do shit in this game and he actually balled out? Well, the thing with Adam Thielen is it seemed like he was just down, as the song would say. He was just so down. He was not doing shit, and in this game, he emerged when he needed to. 7 for 129 and 0 touchdowns. A great game out of Adam Thielen. Dalvin Cook, 3 for 36. Kyle Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, making that big spike at the end of the game, 4 for 31 and a touchdown for him. This game was actually a very good game. All of these games on the AFC wildcard and the NFC wildcard was very, very good and a very competitive series of games, so I did really enjoy that. At the end of the day, I think that the Vikings may have won this game, but I do not think they have much of a chance next week, but we shall see. And on to the final game here. We got the Seattle Seahawks up against the Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia. In this game, actually before the game begun, I declared a few days ago that this game was the mortal lock of the century. You bet your mortgage on the Seattle Seahawks, then you take out a second mortgage, you bet that shit as well. You bet your family, you bet your kids, you bet every single thing you can bet on this game because it is a lock, and promises made, promises delivered, as Stu Feiner would say. Seattle Seahawks 17, Philadelphia Eagles 9. Now, I know you salty-ass Philadelphia Eagle fans are going to say, oh, Carson Wentz got hurt. That's why we lost the game. News flash. Josh McCown looked better than Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz 1 for 4. Josh McCown 18 for 24, 174 yards. He revitalized that team. He was looking like Josh McFoles out there. Big Dick Nick Foles was still on the Philadelphia Eagles. You better believe Carson Wentz goes down. Nick Foles comes in the game, slams his cock straight through the Seattle Seahawks defense and absolutely eviscerates them. But that is not what happened in this game. It was all Seattle all day. Russell Wilson 18 for 30 for 1 touchdown. But the big player of this game was Mr. DK Metcalf, aka Decaf Metcalf. 7 receptions for 160 yards and 1 touchdown. A big game out of him. And Mr. Skittleman, 6 for 7. Marshawn Lynch and 1 touchdown. A great, not really a great game because he only got 7 fucking yards, but he made it into the end zone when it counted. Tyler Lockett 4 for 62. A pretty good game. David Moore 2 for 57, and Marshawn Lynch 2 for 25. Obviously, the Philadelphia Eagles offense and defense wasn't really looking all that hot here. That's why I said that this game was a certified lock. 0 points scored in the fourth quarter from either of these teams. Miles Sanders 14 touches for 69 yards. Ended up getting a bit banged up in that game. Dallas Goedert, the main receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles, because they were just so destroyed. 7 for 73 and no touchdowns. Zach Ertz 2 for 44. So at the end of the day, the Seattle Seahawks won the easiest game I have ever fucking seen in my life. Next week, the Seattle Seahawks are going to win yet again. And you know what? We're going to see the Seattle Seahawks make it all the way to the Super Bowl like I predicted earlier in the season. Thank you guys. Not earlier in the season, actually earlier a couple of days ago in my playoff prediction video. Thank you guys all for watching. I know a lot of people are going to say, Nick, you went 1 for 3 in your predictions. I know that really wasn't that good. I mean, my gambling predictions were actually pretty good, but those picks were not that good. But that's because I was using my brain and not using my heart. My heart told me that I love the Tennessee Titans to win that game. I would have bet on the Tennessee Titans. But at the end of the day, it's okay because the Seahawks won. I have them in my Super Bowl. They're going to make it there. You know who else I have in my Super Bowl? The fucking Baltimore Ravens. They're still alive. They had a bye. So this week, we are going to get all of our picks correct. I love each and every single one of you guys. Make sure to have a blessed rest of your day. I hope you Patriots fans are able to get up and have watched this video instead of crying yourself to sleep. I'm so sorry that your team now sucks. I see all these fans of the New England Patriots. They're burning their Brady jersey. How fucking stupid are you? You burning your fucking Tom Brady jersey. That motherfucker won you not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fucking Super Bowls. That motherfucker won you, and you guys are complaining, bitching, and moaning. I cannot stand Patriots fans on Twitter. I hope that you guys, if you're Patriots fans, obviously you respect me just like going off about them. I know that you guys are you've won more Super Bowls than I have in my lifetime. The Patriots have won 6 Super Bowls. My Miami Dolphins have won 0. So I love each and every single one of you guys. Make sure to have a blessed rest of your day. I hope you guys stay tuned for some other videos. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, I'd actually like if you guys could leave me a comment that just says something like let me just think real quick. Just comment, the Seattle Seahawks are the best. That's all you got to do. Or you got to comment either that or decaf Metcalf. Thank you guys all for watching this video. If at any point you end up enjoying, please click that subscribe button down below. I love each and every single one of you guys. Make sure to have a blessed rest of your day. As always, it's been your boy, Nick, or the Notorious Fantasy. And I'll see you guys later.